The following podcast contains opinion and commentary protected under the First Amendment and fair use, as well as the public records and freedom of information laws. The content may include adult themes, concepts, or language not suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Inside, take a seat, let the stories feed your soul. Hear the echoes, find the patterns, every truth, each hidden role. From the bench to the whispers, where the gavel takes its toll. There's a rhythm in the verdict, echoes from the cubby hole. Echoes, echoes from the cubby hole, where justice swings and stories unfold.
Welcome, everyone, back to your favorite cubbyhole on the internet. It is Sunday, and of course, we have technical issues. The second we go live and Jeep Daddy starts sending me things in the private chat saying, hey, there's things going on here. Oh, wait, never mind, it's me. Some people, you just can't take them out of the house.
No, you really can't. I mean, I tried, but letting me run feral apparently in the streets is not a good idea.
And you do this IT thingy for a living, and I swear you have more problems than I do.
Well, probably because it's self-manufactured. I mean, my network is very complicated for a variety of reasons. And yeah, apparently it's the simple things like muting a tab that I have a hard time with.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah. Oh dear. Well, happy Super Bowl Sunday to everybody. Those of you who imbibe in the frivolity of American sports. I'm indifferent about such things. I am. So we've got stuff to cover because there's things to talk about tonight. The Super Bowl, yes, he says in chat. Well, he's not wrong, but some of the early comments before we even hopped on were pretty entertaining. So why not share some of those? And you know what? Just to make things more interesting, I'm going to annoy Jeep Daddy by putting the comments over on his side.
Oh,
Wallace Juno said, "Yeah, I know. Well, at least it's not on your face. Not that I can move it there. I don't have that kind of control." Wallace was saying, no, not DG returning from the dead to wreak more havoc. Yes, he's back, folks, and not just him. It's the two of them together.
It's Douche Canoe and Pregnancy Faker.
Douche Canoe and Pregnancy Faker, right again. They do indeed. And yes, I do find this far more interesting than the Super Bowl thing. Well said. Robin has lots of goodies and popcorn. Yes, get your popcorn ready, folks, because the clown show with David Douche Canoe. Oh,
fucking
God.
Douche Canoe.
It's about to begin. Yes, this dude. I don't understand this. I don't understand why he just can't leave this alone. What pecuniary is that the word? Are there pecuniary advantages that I'm just not aware of? I'm trying to think of what the motivation is. I just don't understand.
Word. I don't know if I know that one.
Well, you know, he gets something out of it, pecuniary. Sure, you leave. Have you not heard that word, really?
No, I understood that as quid pro quo, I guess. But.
Well, you know, something for something. Yeah, that works too. Yeah. But we don't know what he's quite doing. But he's involved, and we're going to cover that too because it's not it's not long enough to make a shorter Ginger Bites version of, but he has posted something over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the first motion from HeyRob's attorney responding to this bullshit. So there's that. There is that. So we've got a couple things this evening to go over. I don't know how it's going to go. It's the response is almost as lengthy as some of the other things. But that's okay. IB's asking, how's Bruce doing? And I guess Bruce has caught some germs. Oh, Bruce is doing craptastic. Oh dear, he's got a cold. Oh, Bruce, it's going around. Some people today at job number 2, we're all congested and sniffling. I'm like, oh, stay back,
Nice.
back with your germs. I probably caught it. I probably caught it because that's just my luck. But oh well. What can you do about it? Just keep yourself well, folks. And if you catch it, you catch it, and just take care of yourself. Hey, Rob, how you doing? How you doing? I hope you're hanging in there, Rob. This is you'll be fine. I did a little research on your attorney. It seems like you're all set. And for the rest of us on the sidelines who are not in the crosshairs, this just ends up being yet another thing we get to talk about for the entertainment purposes of Douche Canoe and pregnancy.
Douche Canoe and pregnancy faker.
Yeah, those two. Riding in the saddles yet again.
I do feel bad that we are that the entertainment is at Rob's expense, quite literally and
yes. But they have been successful in his give, send, go. So kudos to everybody who was generous in that regard. I would imagine, because we've seen this play out, that she's going to make this as ridiculous. Well, the two of them together, as ridiculous as they can. They're just going to make this a stupid process. So I'm sure Rob, being very adept at all the ins and outs of this case, has probably already talked to his attorney about, so this is what you can expect to happen because this is what she does. And they're as ready as they can be, I would imagine, for whatever these two monkeys, because they do behave like monkeys. Well, they behave worse than that, but I'm being charitable for a Sunday.
That's what Sundays are for charity, aren't they?
Well, some people say Sundays are just like Saturday.
Well,
I don't know.
To me,
I'm not allowed to opine that it's just second Saturday. So
I
yes,
I don't know about you, but
well, I would love to. I mean, it's been a busy weekend for me. Busy. Job number 2 has kind of kept me hustling. Really, I should call it job number 1 because I swear it keeps me busier than the 2. All right, so shall we get into the craziness here? Let me get some stuff off of the page. There we go. Got to clean up the studio browser. So let's start with item number 1. And again, I was debating making this Ginger Bites. No, that's not item number 1. Let's go to this one. That's better. Someone was posting on their blog again. Oh, I may as well keep it big. Fine. Someone was talking about themselves and talking about being involved with Laura Owens again. Yeah.
Oh, God.
He can't resist. He just cannot. He cannot resist.
No, he can't. Like the dude, he's just stupid. God.
For someone who claims to be a First Amendment free speech lawyer, internet lawyer, he's an internet lawyer. Oh yeah, he's an experienced lawyer. Oh yeah, another Megan Fox song. They're all in my head. I just need the trigger, and I've got them. He just he can't let it go, and I don't understand why. Because his performance so far, as I know, has been 0 for 0. He's scored 0 touchdowns in this entire multi-year saga. What else do we call it? I mean, is everybody's popcorn ready? Is there? I hope you've got your popcorn ready, folks, because the clown show's about to begin. The Laura Owens and David Gingrich clown show. So happy early Super Bowl Sunday, his little blog says. Are we ready for this? Okay, we don't need that going while I try and read some of this, because I might just stop and start singing it. From David Gingrich, and this comes from the archive. Someone's already. These people are just amazing. Just everyone's watching. It seems. I suppose how can they not? Because these two characters have no self-edit feature in their head. There's no internal monologue. It's all externalized.
Mm-hmm.
So he started talking. She hasn't made any new posts in any of her stuff lately. So I think people are watching it, but he's the latest to move. So we'll start with him. And he dated this yesterday, Saturday, right? Yes. Yesterday was the 7th. And again, this is an archive. This is not directly from his blog, but you can go look at his blog directly. Not that I recommend it, because we don't know what sort of things he's looking at, whether or not he's capturing people's IP addresses. As what was that called? The JFC Truth Bomb Twitter page is accusing. Oh, if you use any of that JFC stuff, they're capturing your IP address. I have suspicions to believe that particular account might be David Gingrich.
Yeah.
It has his brashness.
What platform is that on again?
It's Twitter. It's Twitter.
Usually, just another account can't see that the IP where it's posted from.
Well, no, what he was saying was that, I think it's he. It's my opinion that, that this particular Twitter thing is David Gingrich. But I could be wrong. It could be some other person pretending to be... it's not even neutral. It's kind of anti-JFC, I guess, is what you could call it.
I see.
Because they are slapping things the other way and accusing JFC of being unethical and doing things that are questionable. Let me see. JFC. I didn't have it up.
Well, while you're doing that, for those in the audience, live or replay, if you want to go look at the actual website, just be smart about it and use Tor or use a VPN and make your exit node somewhere else. I mean, Tor is the easiest thing to do there. But yeah, that way they can't. Or like the exit IP will be like in some I don't know, Zimbabwe or something. I don't know. Like Tor is fantastic for that sort of stuff.
So this is the page. And I find the amusing little sort of anime thing cheeky. AI anime, I suppose. Truth bomb that goes boom. And the subcaption says, ready to drop the truth about some of the shadiest characters in JFC. Oh. Only I know when the bombs will drop. That sounds like David Gingrich to me. I don't know why he thinks he knows everything. But of course, many of us are watching. We're watching this one. And it's got some stuff. Just received a huge tip, working to corroborate it right now. Stay tuned. I mean, it reads like David Gingrich. And the most recent one from 3 hours ago. I just received confirmation from 2 sources on the story I was teasing. We'll make the first post about it after the Super Bowl. JFC Justice for Clayton Laura Michelle Owens. # what WTF. I love it. 10 hours ago. I mean, it's like been constant. 3 posts today. Earlier today, no, I'm not here to target the JFC Insta specifically. It's just that as far as I currently know, they are the worst offender and they are currently at war with Robert, Hey Rob, and pulling Laura Michelle Owens type tactics on him. Rachel Mitchell's office, would you like to subpoena some records from Twitter X? Elon Musk seems to be sort of amenable to that idea. I'll bet you could pull some information from whoever's running this thing. I'm amused. There's someone impersonating Clayton's Justice in YouTube comments. I mean, it's just all these sort of cheeky expose kind of things. There was reportedly a podcast on Laura Michelle Owens coming soon, but I'm telling you, there could be a whole other podcast or documentary just on the people following JFC. The stuff I'm hearing is wild.
Yeah.
I mean,
all
come
the
on.
Little creatures running around in your head.
I mean, come on.
Squeaking at you.
Are these the same ones that don't know who the Scottsdale police are when they show up on their doorstep? I don't even know who you are. I told you, Laura, we're the Scottsdale police. I don't even know if they're real or not. I mean, we heard those very words.
I think maybe her hamster in her head is kicked.
It's got a very loud squeak, that hamster. I should say that hamster wheel. I'm not sure about the hamster itself. I think it might have a limp.
If it's even still alive up there.
Yes. Well, I don't say that as anyone that practices in such fields. I'm just pontificating and rambling my own opinions. Bruce says it's his favorite X account. I don't know. I have every reason to believe to be suspicious of this thing, but like everybody else, I'm going to watch everything too because, well, why not? I mean, it's just more entertainment for us, so we can't help ourselves. We can't at all. Oh, let's see. What's the vocabulary like, asks Robin? we can tell Laura versus Jan versus David. Well, I suppose that depends on if we're talking about the Twitter page or the filings or what. They already. Are you still there? Oh.
Apparently my network is giving me troubles.
Oh, okay, that's you having hiccups. Whew.
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, do we ever know? Damn technology.
Guess I could just rewind really quick and see.
You froze up on my end, but I don't know. I'll carry on.
Anyway,
so
please
there's
continue.
this thing. This JFC Truth Bombs is... Some people are watching, I guess. They were watching me before I was watching them, so now I'm watching them too along with everybody else. Because you never know. Mm-hmm. But there are only so many people who are going to rush to promote Laura Owens stuff. I doubt there's anyone in the larger community watching Laura Owens and talking about her that's going to promote her stuff. So I have reason to believe this is Laura adjacent at the least. So there's that. There's that. But back to David Gingrich and his archived page here on the archives. So he says yesterday, it's a beautiful sunny day in Arizona, 85 degrees. That's hot to me.
It is really warm.
I mean, it's still winter. That's hot. Not a cloud in the sky. People are going golfing in Scottsdale. Whoop-de-frickin-do. Football fans are ready for the Super Bowl. Blah, blah, blah. In my hometown-ish? What does that mean?
Hometown-ish?
What hometown? Isn't he like from San Francisco or someplace? I don't get it. It's too nice to spend the day inside writing, so I'll keep this very short. Well, he doesn't succeed in that thing. And then he posts a comment from Schnitzel, which allegedly comes from the Dave Neal Discord thing that I'm not in, so I don't see these things. Nor do I really care. There's enough not being in there being a spy like evidently David Gingrich is. Or Laura Owens is, and sending it to David Gingrich to repost. Whatever the circumstance or situation is there, where David's getting stuff from that Discord, either being in it or adjacent to it, and reposting it. But Schnitzel said, I can't wait until she sees the motion. And she's referring to the response to her filing an injunction against HeyRob. And I don't understand what David's talking about. He says, thanks, Nessa Rose. She has seen it. Why is he referencing, like, is that a Wicked reference? That's the only thing that comes to my mind. You know Nessa Rose from Wicked? Wicked! Boom!
Oh, yeah, that one. I don't know. I just think that was the first name. I don't know if I ever knew who the last name of that person was.
But I don't get the context. We're just throwing out weird... Come on, David. Jesus. Make it make sense. Yeah. Unless he's trying to call Schnitzel the Wicked Witch of the East, which would be weird. Because then who's the Wicked Witch of the West? Is that Megan Fox? If you're going to use a reference like that has some sort of literary context, you have to have the pieces in place. And this is missing some of those pieces.
Oh, again, he's missing a lot up in here, and I think that just translates well in his writing.
Bruce says come on, there it goes. Maybe it is my end, I don't know. Bruce says it's a Wicked reference as far as he knows. And then he says, I'll just pick this one too. He's just saying she's a villain. It's not that complicated. Okay, but Nessa Rose, for those of you that know the show, she just had unrequited love and didn't get the love she wanted or thought she was getting, and it just kind of poisoned her. I don't think there's anybody. I know. I'm being too literal, and I shouldn't, and just go with it. But I'm going to point these things out, as I want to do. Let's see. So he looks forward to responding to it on her behalf. What?
Keep reading. You'll be fine.
Okay, fine. That's it. The only response you'll get, except for 3 small comments. So much for it being short and very short. 1, I said I'm not going to argue this stuff online, but he'll proceed to do so. That statement remains true. Don't look for any explainer posts or videos. They're not happening. Well, that's kind of difficult when you've been removed and banned from YouTube.
Yeah.
That's kind of difficult. And my understanding is if you get banned from YouTube, that's a pretty tough ban to get over.
It can be. I mean, but that doesn't stop somebody from just spinning up a new Google account and going, doing it again.
Well,
but
I suppose if they're going to do it, they're going to do it.
they will. I'll figure it out.
He says his arguments will be made in court, not social media. But within the last half a month or so, we have a new Twitter account that seems to be not so neutral and heavy favoring Laura. Yeah, I'm not buying it. Number 2, I'm aware RA, that being Hey Rob, claims Laura misrepresented things he said. And he says she accused him of making false statements that don't appear in the source videos. I'm informed there's one example of a transcript not containing a statement Laura claimed was made in a video, or vice versa. Before you yell fraud, this was apparently a simple clerical error. The alleged statement was made, but in a different video than the one cited. Copies of all videos have been preserved, so it's not an issue. That will all be cleared up later. Well, this is procedural stuff. 3, while I won't litigate the merits of this case online, it's worth mentioning something important. Just because you can engage in online speech does not mean you can do so without any consequences. Well, he has yet to see some of the consequences of his stupidity that he's engaged in online. And it is definitely my opinion, and probably the opinion of a number of others, where it was certainly stupidity. And enough so that he is still under investigation by the Arizona State Bar, as far as we're aware.
I mean, that's the stuff the dumb shit that he's done online, and also given the video that we saw of him interacting with law enforcement with his, propensity to, drink and get behind the wheel. Goodness, he's, made some pretty dumb choices in real life too.
Multiple times in certain instances. I mean, we've got 4 mugshots of him. That is not a life well lived, in my opinion. Batty asks the question, I wasn't aware of the ban. The T, if you didn't know. And I covered this when it was hot news, which is, it's been a few weeks now. David Gingrich was banned from YouTube for terms of service violations, as I recall. Bye-bye, no more Gingrich YouTube page. So long, farewell, of Jesus and adieu, adieu, to YouTube. Yeah, he's gone. He was kicked off the YouTubes. So that's the tea there. Yeah. Yeah, he could do another account and start all over again. And if he does that, I am sure, I'll say it both ways, sure and sure, because of, municipal dialect. Someone will find it and then we'll know about it. It's the internet. That's the way it is, folks. You can't hide from the internet.
Things don't stay secret on the internet.
They really don't, especially with these two. Because that's what she wants. She wants everything to be private and behind closed doors. Oh, she thinks she's got a reputation still left to defend. No, honey. No. That reputation went out the window after the failing of your paternity matter in Arizona. And it failed after the first appeal. And it failed after the second appeal. And it failed with a DVRO renewal in San Francisco that you played hooky so you could ride horses for the first go-around. And then you declared you were having life-threatening emergencies that somehow were scheduled months in advance. Those emergencies were telegraphed from the beginning, which is incredible. And then, of course, Douche Canoe tried to step his toes into the water there on that, and Omar fronted him off at the pass. But none of this has gone well. None of this has gone well at all. So, where was I going with this? I don't even remember now. I've lost my train of thought. It's not even in the station. Oh, dear. Oh, well.
It has since departed, and the passenger cars have not gone with it.
It has departed. It has departed. Okay. And let's see, Batty also says, did he ever make being monetized? Actually, I think he did in terms of viewership. So I think he hit over 1,000 subs. Why? I don't know. I wasn't a sub of his. I didn't care. There were enough people covering it where it didn't matter to me. See, Bruce says amendments aren't sorted in order of importance. That's a weird claim. We'll get to that too. Jen asks, banned forever. Well, I would hope so. I would think if they took down his channel, that's a forever ban, unless he does something naughty to try and circumvent it. Oh, that's where I was going. If he's going to dance around that, we'll find out. And we'll see what else gets sprung up for Laura, because she's doing the stupid game. She's doing the stupid game of trying to litigate herself in the public sphere while she's got a 14 felony criminal indictment hanging out there.
What?
What indeed?
Bans, and just as far as I'm aware, working in tech, bans are only as permanent and as long as the company is willing to let that be the case. So if Google changes their mind about banning that, they can take down whatever specific content they want and unban that account. Or they can just leave it in place for all time and eternity. We did see that with other far more popular and far more highly subscribed accounts, with the Facebooks and the Twitters and the Instas and all that stuff, with other political figures that had their accounts banned for really rotten shit that they would post on there. And gosh, you get the right people at the head of those companies again, and magically those permabans disappear. Funny that.
Magically. It's magical.
Yeah. Anyway.
Bruce also has the point. Rob streams had some things that made Bruce uncomfortable. Me too. And I have a list of 20-some things DSG has done that make me uncomfortable. The difference is Rob has apologized and changed, and DSG has not. That's a fair point, Bruce. Yeah. Not once have I ever heard Laura or David be any sort of reconciliatory or apologetic or contrite, I think is the word I'm looking for. And any of the things they have done to people. Not once have I encountered that. Now, it's possible I could have missed something, but I doubt it. Neither of them, I don't think, have the capacity to make amends. And
I was about to say, kind of have to have a soul in order to do that. And yeah.
I don't think there's enough self-awareness. There's not enough self-reflection. Yeah. Laura Owens, the self-help guru, podcaster, horse girl boss, et cetera, CEO, blah, 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 extraordinaire. She can't even keep her shit together. So it's all just such a sham, the whole thing. And dare I say, most of the family, in my opinion, is a sham. Mom is a bit of a sham. I'm not sure about the sister still. Okay, dad had some success. So what? It's getting melted down into a pile of molten rubble now.
Basically.
Yeah. All right, back to the document.
Yep.
Well, back to David. Back to Douche Canoe.
The fucking Douche Canoe.
As most people know, I've spent decades defending the First Amendment.
Okay.
Has he? I mean, other than the dirty case, what has he done? I don't know.
He's a keyboard warrior.
He is definitely a keyboard warrior.
Yeah.
I haven't bothered to go digging up in the court system what David has done other than the dirty and some of the stuff. And then there was that guy in Florida. I don't know of much else. I don't know if there is anything else. He likes to brag how often he's in federal court, but I'm not sure that's really anything that's worth bragging about necessarily. I don't know. I don't know. If it's not of great substance to the public, do we care? Do we care? I don't know. Okay, so let's see. I hold that right to be among the most sacred we have in this country. That's why I frequently fought to defend the rights of even those I disagree with. Well, that sure has not been the case when he has gone after, at Laura's behest, to go after Dave Neal, other podcasters, and just engage in lawfare that, at least in part, if not including his DUI offense, has him in trouble yet again. This is not the first time he's been in trouble with the Arizona State Bar. It's at least the second, if not third, if my memory is correct. There's been other times. once for his first DUI, and there was another thing where there was some fighting back and forth. And I can't remember if the bar sort of dropped the charges on him at that time. That might have been the Evchenko thing he was bloviating so extensively on earlier that we did ginger bites for. That could have been that. Really, I don't care so much about his private life and or professional life with stuff that aren't relevant to the now, the here and now. So,
I mean, the
whatever.
hypocrisy is certainly quite interesting to point out. You know, like the whole how he got really upset with his DUI body cam footage being put out on the internet, which is
He sure
kind of
had a
part of
shit
the
fit about that.
the freedom of press
FOIA.
is part of the.
That was
Yeah,
FOIA'd.
that's all part of the First Amendment, and
if I recall correctly, I think it was Schnitzel. Yeah, Schnitzel got the body cam footage. That was something that cost a chunk of change, and there was some funds raised to get that body cam footage. And then what does he do when she releases it? He goes and tries to strike her channel as an invasion of privacy. No, David, as a First Amendment attorney, David, as if I need to even say this to someone who claims to be a First Amendment attorney.
for decades.
Body cam footage is not private. If it can be FOIA'd, and after they've gone through the redaction process, you don't get privacy. And as it becomes a public case in the public court system, you are not entitled to privacy. Neither is Laura for all the shit she has done. It's out there in the public. Her cases are the public. Your cases are the public. Tough shit.
Yep.
I don't know what else to say. Should I end on that? Good night, everybody. Yeah. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
we have more to do.
Good night. Anyway.
And I don't know, maybe this whole thing with Hey Rob was their attempt to flush out somebody else. And, you know, as I said last time, Rob's been very prolific and instrumental in being involved in the boots on the ground portion of Laura's cases and his cases. I can see, as we will read, there's a certain amount, I believe, that is retaliation from both Laura and or David.
Okay.
And that's why we're engaging in this lawfare yet again, while she is facing criminal charges and he is facing action with the bar and DUI cases.
Well, let's go.
It's insane.
Let's see what
it's
we got.
insane. Let's see. He also says, the First Amendment is at the top of the Bill of Rights because it is literally the number one most important freedom we have. I believe that as deeply as I can express. Well, it's the first. It doesn't make it the most important.
Yeah, they don't run in order of
there is
here.
no weight of, well, number 14 is a little less than number 1, and number, 27 is a little less. Are there? Okay, now I'm showing some ignorance. I don't remember how many amendments there are. I'm sorry. Now you can laugh at me for that, everybody. How many? Do you know? Does anybody know?
I'm pleading the fifth. How about that? I will not self-incriminate here live on out of the cubbyhole adjacent.
27. Okay, so I wasn't totally wrong. I was in the right wheelhouse. God.
You said 27.
Yeah, well, I might have said 29 first. Be that as it may. Out of the 27 amendments, or Bruce says, Bill of Rights are the first 10. Perfect. Thank you, Bruce. See, Bruce is so helpful.
Well, yes.
Even when he's not feeling well. Hopefully someone is Uber Eats Bruce some tea and chicken noodle soup and Ricola and whatever else Bruce needs. I shouldn't say it, but I tend to be a big fan of Mucinex products whenever I get anything. Just what works for me.
The rights that are instilled in the Constitution and by these amendments aren't just restricted to the first 10, obviously. There's other rights that have been fixed, shall I say, by future amendments with, women's right to vote and, non-white people suddenly becoming 5/5 of a human and not just 3/5 or whatever. Like, it's that there is, it's that everything counts all in one bucket. It's not like It's not like a firewall rule where you get to the first one. It's like, okay, do you allow that? Okay, second one, are you allowed to do that? Okay, third one. Okay, and then maybe you can just go run rampant. Like it's not how this works. Dumbass.
No. And trying to put any hierarchical structure on any of them is a little bit shocking for an attorney. Allegedly. An alleged attorney? Well, he's got a bar card. He went to law school, but
depends on how well he does with this bar card, whether he's able to like keep holding on to it, because maybe he will be an alleged attorney at some point.
Well, there's a number of people who probably have a better sense of things than I do, who think for sure he's going to lose it. I don't know. Anyway. It's my opinion he deserves to lose it, but whether or not they will, it's hard to say. I look at the Arizona bar sort of actions every once in a while to see if there's anything new, because I don't think he's going to waive it, or he'll make a big stink about it, one or the other. It's hard to tell with him. He goes either way. Sometimes he suppresses information that embarrasses him, and sometimes he tries to spin it to make himself look better. So it's a mixed bag with him. Crate Consider Connect says, a commenter on a different channel said LMO case isn't bad because the men she faked pregnancies with are so rich they can afford good attorneys, so who cares? That definitely deserves an...
What?
For sure. Nonsense. Some of those guys, I mean, they're doing okay, but they've got a wife and kids. And like in Greg Gillespie's case, I think the first go around with Laura put him in the hole $300,000, and all they got out of it was a dismissal. Yikes. Hashtag yikes. My God. Oh, what else? Wallace says, as a Canadian, it feels like the Second Amendment is the one Americans care about most. Well, there is a certain segment of U.S. society that would agree with you. They like to wave that one around the most.
Quite a bit. And I find it absolutely amusing that nowadays what some down here in these lovely United States call the Second Amendment types are now fighting with each other over recent events about what the importance of the right to bear arms and all that fun stuff. And I'm just like, go ahead, eat yourselves alive, kids. That's great. Go for it.
Live by the sword, die by the sword is a phrase I recall from literature. Bruce Instacarted garlic chicken. Ooh, smart man. I do like me some garlic chicken, usually from my favorite Thai places. The ranking of them is a non sequitur. Having them is what matters. Amen. Danny says, isn't it literally the order they were added to the Constitution? Yes. Not necessarily by order of importance. HeyRob's says, I heard someone say once that his legal education stopped at the First Amendment. That's why he doesn't know the rest. Just a comment someone made once. I am curious as to who might have made that comment. It's possible. We've seen his performance. We've seen his performance in multiple arenas, and I am not impressed. And some other legal minds who have either been involved in some of these other cases or who have commented on these cases are not only less than impressed, they are horrified he maintains a bar card at all. That's just my impression of how they react to the theatrics of David Gingrich. See, what else does Danny say? I'm just going to get caught up on chat while I'm stopped. Yes, but the order doesn't matter when interpreting what the entire document says. Okay, yes. Wallace, only some Americans think the Second Amendment is more important than preventing school shootings, and it's only for some people. It's terrible. It is terrible. Because there are better ways. But, for some reason, Americans are getting antisocial. And conflict resolution to them means to cause as much harm as they can as quickly as possible. It's tragic. And we can and should do better in this country. But for some reason, there are certain elements of society that choose not to. And that's where the tragedy really lies.
Yep. Thoroughly agree.
Yeah.
And I say that as a gun owner.
And indeed. And I'll bring up maybe I should make that part of an intro is that clip of the range time. I might have to. People keep complaining that, would you guys just hurry up and get to the point? I'm just going to make the intro longer and just start adding clips. And We'll have to put up a camera and go at the range for 3 hours or something.
Yeah, it's fine.
And I'll just keep adding on and adding on.
Yeah.
My time at the gun range for every time somebody complains. It'll be like each time you enter this red room on blueprints, you minus 5 steps.
Yeah.
Do not pass go and do not collect $200. Monks choose peace walks. They do. They do. And some people are starting to band together in their communities to try and be community together amidst all the insanity. He is a very responsible gun owner. I can attest.
Yep. I take that. I take that entire thing quite seriously. Because I want to make sure that I'm, not crossing any particular lines or putting others at undue risk. So yeah.
He was the one that drugged me to the lanes. So yeah,
I was indeed.
he did. Well, and it was good for me. I got over whatever it was I needed to get over. It's like, okay, if this is the thing I want to explore, I can.
Mm-hmm.
And I have no qualms about it.
Yep. You're welcome.
I'm surprised at how cheap they are. Maybe I shouldn't be surprised because Second Amendment, but holy hell. It's like, really? You can get that thing for that? Really? Yeah. Then I wonder why there's so much, well, I know why. Never mind. I'm mentally answering my own question. Mm-hmm. Why are there so many illegal guns? Well, it's because of all the felons trying to hide. Anyhow, I support registered gun ownership. Back to this.
Yes.
And then we'll move on to the other document because that's really why we're here this evening. I just wanted to start here first because he can't keep his nose out of this. He just can't. Oh, let's see, people, I believe that. Okay, there we go. But the right to speak is not unlimited. Sorry, it's just not. That might actually be an accurate statement. That might be one of the few accurate statements he said. Freedom of speech is not quite free, is the phrase I know. People who push the limits too far can face serious consequences for their action, especially when they intentionally maliciously hurt others. Maliciously, David. He needs an editor. I don't think Megan Fox will do it for him. This is, what we're preluding to is the next document, right? So he has said he's going to represent Laura Owens in the injunction matter with Rob. So this is his rambling preamble. This can include criminal prosecution and conviction. It can include prison. So here's his typical dramaticism of, okay, let's start threatening all sorts of things, including prison, for using our freedom of speech. Mm-hmm. David Gingrich is not the one that gets to decide that, folks. That is a court of law. And in most cases, probably a jury.
Yeah, a jury of your peers.
Yeah. It's not David Gingrich deciding what will be criminally prosecuted and what will be convicted and what will be sentenced with prison time. His idea of saber rattling and threatening, I just find distasteful. And I think that's worthy of a bar complaint on its own. But no, I'm not going to be the one to write it because, well, then he'll just dox me like everybody else. I don't relish giving him that chance. Don't take my word for it. Here's a very recent and helpful case that explains the rules in this context. And note, Arizona law is much tougher than most states in this area, especially when it comes to what qualifies as criminal harassment. And while it's not captured here in the archive, I did skim through the case. It's an appeal case for someone that did some stuff online, and what he's referencing is an appeal, which I thought was stupid. It's my opinion that it was stupid to reference an appeal rather than the original criminal case, because that's where it starts. And what was adjudicated and what the judgment was and what the sentence was and why it was appealed. Not just running to the appeals case and saying, well, he's going to get prison time for using his social media, blah, 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 blah. See, these are the parallels he's trying to make. And he's trying to threaten that, well, if you say anything against Laura Owens, that you're going to end up being prosecuted and convicted and thrown into prison. Good luck. Good luck. She is engaging vis-a-vis him as well in vexatious litigation. She needs to be qualified and determined and classified as a vexatious litigant by the court system of Arizona. This bullshit needs to stop. She is facing 14 felony charges for various forms of fraud. Engaging in this lawfare for everyone that she doesn't like talking about her and calling her names and saying nasty things about her. Yes, some of us get a little bit bothered by some other people's choice and phraseology of speech, but it is still their right to use it. And if someone wants to be stupid enough to engage in the lawfare to, shall we say, pad those accusations beyond what they are, then unfortunately the court system has to untangle it. And Arizona also has anti-slap protections. So I don't think this is going to go well. I don't think this is going to go well at all. And I don't mean that Rob has anything to worry about it. I think, well, Rob's probably learned some things from this. I've seen him make the rounds in a number of channels, and he's been very thoughtful in his answers and what people have asked him, and I'm impressed. There's been some reflection there, and I can't think of anything more that he can do other than fight this crazy bitch and her crazy ass attorney again. Just to join the ranks, a long line of men and a handful of women who just keep getting thrown into the blender. I don't know. I'm trying to find an analogy for this.
I mean, it's just like all into the gumbo. Like there's just one more. I don't know.
Just another ingredient in the pot of soup that Laura Owens keeps stirring.
I guess. I mean,
Laura Owens' legal criminal soup. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see, affirming criminal conviction based on social media post about the victim, rejecting First Amendment argument, explaining harassment is not protected speech. Ugh, and I said I would keep this short. Then my ADHD got away from me. FML. Until then, enjoy the game, enjoy the weather, and be nice to each other. You first, David. Jesus Christ. David has some nice issues. We've seen them. When he threatened Dave Neal that he would make him homeless and graze Laura's horses on his property. That wasn't nice, was it, David? You've never, ever apologized to Dave Neal and his wife Tasha for that one, David. Give me a fucking break. I'm getting excited. Now he's just making me mad. He's making me mad because I'm tired of his bullshit. I want them to finally yank his bar card so we can do away with this clown. People don't deserve this. And in my opinion, Laura Owens deserved better representation than she got from him in Owens v. Eckerd. And dare I say, she deserved better than him in Owens v. Maricini in San Francisco, where he also practices allegedly in California. And I will also say, daring even further, that she deserves better than him representing her in this matter too. This has got to stop.
Yeah.
Arizona, do something. For crying out loud.
I wish they would. This guy just needs to go away. Like he just needs to be like, go home, do something, like take up knitting or basket weaving.
Take up tiling his mother's floor and doing gardening.
Sure.
Yeah. And hearing other people talk about him doing tile floors and doing gardening, and the admin profile for Justice for Laura was Arizona Gardener, made me suspicious.
That is a little suspicious.
Yeah. Made me suspicious. I think they're dropping breadcrumbs. Because, they want the attention. Yeah. They want the attention. They want people to figure it out and figure out that it's them. But they don't realize the harm it's doing to themselves either. There's just no self-awareness whatsoever.
No. I mean, and I don't think that if they're anything like the people that I've watched that don't have good operational security or whatever, I don't think they're necessarily doing it intentionally. I think they're doing it because they're fucking stupid and they're not wise enough to figure out the how to not say that like the admin account is Arizona Gardener or whatever versus and then talk about how I love to garden and I'm in Arizona. I don't know, just they're too stupid to like craft that out that well, in my less than humble opinion.
There's lots of tells. And we've seen enough from both of them and Mommy Dearest and other assorted figures in the Owens verse to have a good sense. Yeah, we've got a good sense of who's saying what where. Just because, I'm reasonably decent at seeing syntax and figuring out reasonably what could be by whom. That's just, that's kind of human nature, I think. You hear certain words, you hear certain tone.
Followers. There's things that we're creatures of pattern, and we're really, really good at that, thanks to lizard brain. And some of us are extra good at that when we've got, a bit of neurospicy things going on. So it's easy for some of us to stitch this shit together.
Sure. Deb Peterson makes a good point. Aren't thoughts and opinions the very thing protected by free speech? Generally, yes, in my opinion. Something said can be offensive to someone and not offensive to someone else. No two people agree on everything. Absolutely. There's another LY. Yeah. God, every time I think LY words, I hear Jack Fox in the back of my head. Then I want to revise what I just say. But like David slightly alludes to, but in a far more dramatic, dare I say, hyperbolic way. Speech does have its limits. Of course, you can't accuse people of crimes, of being guilty of crimes they've not committed. Okay. You can have opinions that they have committed those crimes, just as I have the opinion that Laura is guilty of the crimes she is being accused of committing. And I don't say that in a vacuum. I say that after having reviewed the evidence and talking about this case ad nauseum for a year and a half plus now, and seeing what everyone else has talked about. Those are the conclusions I have reached, which incidentally follow the conclusions by a number of courts, including the family law court. Well, we'll just say family law court. That's not the best phrase. The court that heard Owens v. Eckerd, followed by all the appeals courts that heard the appeals that David Gingrich was using to run up the tab. And when they conclude that his representation of Laura is not based in fact or law, that's an indictment, in my view, on him as an attorney. And as someone who's been practicing some 25 years, that's an enormous indictment. That's someone who, in my view, doesn't know how to practice.
Even if it's just an indictment of the way that they're viewed, as in their role as an attorney, like you could be the best, like you could have a great run of it, and then you're caught doing some shady shit, and your reputation's tarnished. Like, yeah, that's kind of how this works sometimes.
It is. Let's see. Ikimbo says, hello is what we pejoratively call a horse trader in the horse biz. Kind of equates to used car salesman, but barn hopper is my favorite.
That's good. That's a good one.
Bruce says, if JFL Volunteer was a real person, they would come on my show for an interview, like Chase J. Jones or Tag. Bruce, have you sent anything to the send a message on the Justice for Laura page? Have you sent anything to them, and has there been no response? Has it been static? I'm curious. Wallace also says, let's see, what does Jack Fox have against adverbs? You have to watch Jack Fox to understand what he's getting at. But every time I see LY words and every time I say them, I catch myself. Because at least in American English, we tend to use a lot of words with LYs at the end to add some sort of convincing emphasis onto the statement, rather than just making a clear factual statement. It's all part of Jack's statement analysis process. You have to watch Jack a lot to kind of get it. I'm still trying to figure it out, but he's the only one that really explains it as well as he does. So I highly encourage you to watch the Never Truer Word podcast on YouTube. And Jack runs that channel and talks about a number of high-profile cases, including this one, where he's done a number of comments and reviews of statements about Laura Owens and all sorts of people. Everything from, I think, Johnny Depp to others. There's been a lot. Amber Heard, Jean-Benet Ramsey, just about everything. And he just keeps adding to his repertoire of things. So he's a good one to follow. It's good thought process to realize that even when someone's lying to your face, be it in words or in print, it's a little easier, I think, in print.
Hey, Echoes, I've got I have a breaking news.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Uh-oh, is this Super Bowl news?
It is.
Oh, God.
Because the neighborhood sounds like it's
Breaking
going
Super
into
Bowl
war.
news.
Live at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. It's my pleasure to announce that the Seattle Seahawks have won the Stanley Cup.
Oh my!
And they will be
Seahawks have
going
won the
on-
Stanley Cup.
Yes.
What was the final score? Not that it.
29-13 or something. Like
Oh, so they actually started making some plays. The other team.
Yep.
Wow.
they did. Yeah.
Last I saw,
But,
they
of
were.
course-
It was 12-zip.
Yeah. Well,
Yikes.
apparently the last quarter of the game was really interesting. I don't know. I just saw the headline there, but of course, because people in the comments are saying that I make commentary around things that have absolutely nothing to do with this case, I had to interject there and suddenly be a sportscaster. So
Well, I do
'cause I
hear a
have
few things that
reputation to live up
sound.
to.
You do. I do hear a few things outside that sound like 4th of July, but yeah, I thought, well, that's just people being obnoxious because it's football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. That's
Winner,
kind of
winner,
the
chicken dinner.
baseline. Yeah.
All right. So there's document the first.
Yes.
Now
Thank
let's
God
switch
we're
to
done
the
with
main
that
event.
one.
Let's switch to the main event because I just don't understand it. I mean, is he doing this pro boner? Is it pro hoc Viagra? I don't think are those the right words? I'm not sure. I'm not an attorney. I don't understand
that
what
might
he
be his
gets out of it.
compensation. That might be some
I don't
compensation
know.
there. Maybe he drives a really big truck. I don't know.
If she's indigent, how's he getting paid? If she's filing for bankruptcy, how's he getting paid? Well, we know that Mommy Dearest has lost her bankruptcy. Well, Mommy Dearest and Daddy. What's next for her? Is she going to lose that one? I don't know. Maybe. Probably. Doesn't sound good if the feds are involved, so there's that. I know he's trying to stick his toes in the water for her on that thing, too, the bankruptcy. It's just this. I don't understand. The man gives me a headache. It's too soon for migraines. We've got to get through a document. Let's see. They won the Lombardi Trophy, not the Stanley Cup. That's hockey.
Really? Yeah. No shit.
Did you do that on purpose?
It's called LOLs. LOLZ. LOLs.
He did that on purpose, I guess. See, I didn't catch it. I know nothing about the game. I'm indifferent.
I know.
Bruce says hypotheticals. Oh, come on. Click. Darn it. Bruce says hypotheticals are okay for brainstorming or investigation, but not when making assertions like in a DSG filing or in an LO Medium blog. Fair enough. LO is some Jen. I don't know. Some people have speculated that, Jen. I don't know. But I think it's curious. I think it's very curious how close he wants to be to this all the time. I think it's very curious.
It is.
If that means such pecuniary advantages, and there have been some people who have wondered why David's wife is hiding in the UK for so long, and why that he's been preparing the house for sale. Bruce mentioned that David is supposed to be moving, or at least that was the illusion we were given. David talked about on one of his own streams before they pulled his channel that he's getting things painted up to get it ready to sell and that sort of stuff. So I went, oh.
Is he going to leave the country or?
Good question. I think if that were to happen, that would be bad for him in the bar.
I mean, he wouldn't be allowed to practice law wherever he's going. I mean, you can't even go state to state and, just
Nope.
do that. So,
Nope.
Huh.
Yeah, well, I mean, where would he go? Cancun? And be an internet lawyer in Cancun without, I don't know how it works in other countries. What do I know?
I'm not sure.
I see lots of other country attorneys talking about U.S. stuff, so maybe it's possible. It beats the hell out of me. I'm not an attorney. Nowhere near it.
I mean, I see there's lawyers who post stuff on YouTube. I just watched one today about talking about what to do when you get pulled over in a traffic stop.
Be careful
They
with
don't
those.
live here, so they're not legally giving advice. But I mean, even the people who live here, like, and talk about employment law on their YouTube channels, they're technically not giving legal advice. They're giving just tidbits and pieces of information.
Bruce may not be feeling well, but he is still sharp as a tack.
Excellent.
Pecuniary
Well played, sir.
picadillos prevent per plaintiffs. Bravo, Sir Moose.
Nicely done.
But that deserves a round of clapping. Okay, but not too much. I need snaps. I don't think the Stream Deck voice mod thingamajigger. I don't think there's good snaps for good poetry and. I will challenge Bruce next for a good haiku. That's next. All right, so now to the next document. Document the second, folks, for this evening. I don't want to do this all night. I want to play a few more rounds of blueprints. I've already made my second bid and succeeded to the room 46. So I've already done it twice now successfully. Boy, the thing just keeps unfolding the more you do. It's just extraordinary. I hope it takes me to a couple places they've teased me with, and I'm not just going to be looking at them from afar. Maybe that's all I'll say about blueprints for right now, lest I get distracted for an hour. So this is from the attorneys representing HeyRob, and it's the motion to quash the injunction against harassment, that being Laura Michelle Owens' latest work of fiction, in my view. And pursuant to ARS, etc., of ARPOP, I'm just going to make my own abbreviations, of the Arizona Constitution and the First Amendment to the United States Constitution, defendant HeyRob, I won't read his whole name. It's there. It doesn't matter. It's out there. I think he's okay with it. It wasn't redacted in the Volo stuff. So I presume Rob is okay with that. Otherwise, if not, well, it's probably too late now because it's already out there. But I'll call him HeyRob because that's his channel and that's how I know him. Moves this court for an order quashing the injunction against harassment, hereinafter called the injunction, issued in this matter on January 20 of 26. Defendant submits this motion contemporaneously with his request for hearing. This motion supported by the following memorandum of points and authorities. Introduction. The injunction should be quashed because it represents an attempt by the defendant in a highly publicized criminal case, Laura Owens, the plaintiff here, to retaliate against and suppress the speech of an online commentator who has made statements about her criminal case that she simply does not like. That's a reasonably accurate assessment already. Plaintiff Laura Owens is facing 14 felony charges, here we go. Here comes the list, everybody, including perjury, forgery, tampering with evidence, and identity theft for allegedly lying and falsifying records to support false paternity allegations against two men, including a former star of the reality TV show, The Bachelor. She's getting in all the plugs. She's getting them in here, though.
Yep, nice.
She didn't go on to say that, did she? We covered that. Well, we covered 2/3 of it. Roughly. She wasn't going on and on about how she was actually made pregnant by the Bachelor in the injunction originally. Did she lose an opportunity there? Little plug for herself? Maybe. She was just all claws and fangs against Rob. Interesting. See indictment, State versus Owens, and there's the criminal case number. A copy of which is attached here too as Exhibit A. Oh, I wonder if that's the 400-something pages. There's a lot attached to this filing. Given the subject matter and the involvement of a celebrity, the criminal case against Owens has gained widespread attention both in Arizona and worldwide. That's a fact. People all over the world are covering this case. Defendant HeyRob has been following the Owens case, including by attending... That's what it says. Okay, that caught me. Including by attending public court hearings and obtaining public court documents, and has discussed the case and his opinions about the matter in live-streamed conversations with his audience on YouTube. To be sure, he has been critical of Owens' conduct and skeptical of her assertions made in court and outside of her criminal prosecution, including what the hell she was doing during her DVRO bullshit. which many people have talked about. But his live streams are commentaries about issues of public concern that are fully protected by the Arizona Constitution and the First Amendment. And contrary to Owens' mischaracterizations and outright fabrications of what HeyRob actually said, nothing in those live streams meets the criteria of ARS, etc. Not only was his speech not directed at Owens, it was publicly posted online for the world to see. It did not contain any threatening or harassing statements that would support entry of an injunction that punishes and suppresses his speech. In short, Owens has not met her high burden to show that HeyRob's speech had lost its constitutional protection and the injunction should be quashed. Factual and procedural history. Would you like to do some?
Oh, well, sure, because apparently your internet's about to give out.
What?
You went a little pixelated again, at least on this.
I think it's you, sir.
I don't know. Maybe.
I think it's you.
Well, we'll find out. All right, so
because you just kind of went robot on me there a second ago.
Well, we went robot on each other then.
Oh dear.
Maybe it's StreamYard. I don't know.
It's not impossible. Before you start, Cousin Alex says, "I love that we're here during the Super Bowl. Who else would be here during the Super Bowl? I think there's some others who love the Super Bowl, but I'm not one of them." And the subject tonight, Cousin Alex, is the latest, the quashing, the motion to quash from HeyRob's attorneys against one indicted felon, Laura Michelle Owens. So this is written by HeyRob's attorney to respond to Laura, and I would imagine any day now we will see a response from Dingus the Douche Canoe as he's representing her in this. Yes, him.
The fucking Douche Canoe.
Yeah, he is. He is a douche canoe.
Yeah, you went robot too. They said it in chat. So it's not just me.
Oh! Don't say that. Don't say that.
Sorry, you cannot throw me under the Jeep this time, Echoes. That is not.
Maybe that's why StreamYard hiccuped on me when you hiccuped. Oh, God. If I disappear, then it's all Jeep Daddy. You have to put up with him.
I don't have any controls. I have no controls over any of this stuff going on here. So, yeah. Anyway. Okay. So, shall I read? Yes, I shall. So, I got to zoom in because on my side, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. Factual and procedural history. After an intimate encounter in 2023 with former Bachelor star Clayton Echard, and there's all these little footnotes and things. I'm not going to drain.
Is the footnote interesting? I didn't see where it was.
See this and that. Who faked the pregnancy and AZ Central
Attention World. Okay, so it was after the Attention Worldwide, and it's a reference to Miguel Torres. Oh. This is a reference from around the world. Woman who faked pregnancy with Bachelor star accused of second scam in Arizona. AZCentral.com. So let's see. Julie Moore, Clayton Echard says justice is finally served. People.com. So People Magazine. I think that's people.com, right?
Yeah.
The nightmare is over. So this is just referencing outside media coverage. Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes the good stuff is in the footnotes, so we like to check.
Oh, okay. Well, then I will check in the future, not just ignore it. All right. Owens claimed she was pregnant and filed a paternity action against Echard, who denied paternity. Owens v. Echard, number 2, all those numbers. Let's see, Lexus 333 and this and that. At the conclusion of the case, the trial court awarded Echard nearly $150,000 in attorney's fees and costs, finding that Owens filed a claim without basis or merit and had provided false testimony at section 3, paragraph 5, 8, 9, 13. Owens was subsequently charged with 7 felony counts related to the Echard case, and in November 2025, she was charged in a superseding indictment with 14 felonies, 5 counts of perjury, 3 counts of forgery, 2 counts each of identity theft and fraudulent schemes and artifices, and 1 count each of tampering with evidence and theft by extortion. See Exhibit 1. Can you scroll up, please? Let's see. HeyRob is a YouTube content creator who posts videos and hosts live stream conversations about several different topics, including Owens' unsuccessful paternity lawsuit against Echard and the criminal charges that followed. He is just one of many people who have commented online about this high-profile case. On January 20th, 2026, Owens filed a petition for an injunction against harassment, naming HeyRob as the defendant. The petition. A copy of the petition is attached as Exhibit C for ready reference. The petition requests an order prohibiting HeyRob from possessing firearms and requiring HeyRob to stay away from Owens' residence, work, business, and school other, and, quote, to stop targeting me through harassment or surveillance, including monitoring or commenting on my location, travel, or court attendance, encouraging others to impersonate me. Can you please scroll up? Impersonate me, let's see, or determine my whereabouts and making sexualized or threatening statements about me. If respondent attend courts again, require him to remain a reasonable distance from me and have no interaction. Much of the petition consists of Owens complaining about alleged comments by HeyRob or his viewers that express skepticism about her representations to the court in her criminal case and predicted that she will be convicted and go to prison, or that use vulgar terms referring to her. For example, Owens asserts that HeyRob made, quote, sexualized and coercive, unquote, comments by merely mentioning his proximity to her while she was observing public court proceedings.
While he was observing her.
While he was observing her in public court.
You can't do that. You can't look at her. You can't be within 100 miles of her because that's harassment to her.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Let's see. Petitioner at 5, and I don't know what that means exactly, and casts a threat, a statement that her, quote, day of reckoning is coming, unquote, referencing to her upcoming trial, ID at 7. Owens asserts that HeyRob encouraged his viewers to impersonate her and, quote, locate her real-time physical whereabouts, unquote, in a discussion speculating that her purpose for a court-approved trip to California was to participate in a horse show in conjunction with attending to a sick relative, as she told the court in her criminal case, ID at 2-3. Let me scroll up, please.
I've made you louder for chat.
Okay. Much of the petition, no, too far. More. There you go. Much of the petition misrepresents what HeyRob actually said. In his declaration attached as Exhibit D, HeyRob explains that many of the statements attributed to him do not appear in the video recordings or transcripts of the live streams. Owens alleges, for example, that at 16 minutes 31 to 37 seconds of a live stream called 0272 Trial VLO, Travel Granted, HeyRob said, quote, I'll fucking bitch slap her through the phone, through the camera, whatever I can get to her, unquote. Petitioner at 5, but nothing of the sort appears anywhere in the transcript of the video. Let's see. HeyRob declarative at paragraph 22. In this segment, Owens cites the evidence that HeyRob encouraged his viewers to impersonate Owens. HeyRob discusses LO's January 13th, 2026 motion in her criminal case to allow her to travel to California, which the court granted. ID at paragraphs 10 through 12. HeyRob reads a written comment from a viewer that says, quote, recall up all the horse shows in California this weekend and pretend to be LO, and say you want to confirm your attendance at the competition. That way you can find out where she will be, unquote. ID at paragraph 11. HeyRob says, that's a fair way to do it, right? And we all know the names, and you're not causing any trouble. You scroll up for me, please. You're not influencing anything. You're not talking bad. You're just using your First Amendment rights to find out some information that's public knowledge anyway, unquote. ID. He then suggests attending a public horse show to see if Owens is there and potentially purchasing professional photos or video of the event that are on sale to the public to determine her attendance. Woof. On January 20th, the day Owens filed the petition, Court Commissioner Lindsay Coates granted it in part, ordering HeyRob not to contact Owens, not to go to or near her residence, and to, quote, encourage anyone to impersonate or make contact with the plaintiff, unquote. Injunction at 1-2. HeyRob was served with the petition and injunction on January 26th. Argument. This court should quash the injunction because Owens has not shown and cannot prove that HeyRob engaged in harassment as defined by the statute, and because the injunction impermissibly restricts HeyRob's constitutionally protected speech on issues of public concern. In brief, Owens's allegations in this civil matter are no more reliable than the claims in her unsuccessful paternity lawsuit against Mr. Eckerd, well done, or her various statements that give rise to the state's criminal indictment of her perjury, forgery, and the like. You scroll up for me, please. Arizona law allows for injunctions where the defendant has engaged in harassment, which is defined as, quote, a series of acts over any period of time that is directed at a specific person, and that would cause a reasonable person to be seriously alarmed, annoyed, or harassed at the conduct, in fact, seriously alarms, annoys, or harasses the person and serves no legitimate purpose.
Can I jump in?
Of course you can.
Because I want to highlight a key part of this text. Acts over a period of time that is directed at a specific person, not about a specific person. And it seems to me Laura's confusing the one with the other. Well, they're talking about me. That's the same thing. Maybe I should use Laura Owens' voice. Oh, never mind. She thinks that because people are talking about her, that's the same as harassment because it's about her. As opposed to directed at her, where it would require someone to be like calling her on the phone, showing up at her house, being directly involved, mano a mano, with her. I don't think anyone, let alone a guy, really wants to do that for all the obvious reasons, as her case history has outlaid. Sorry, I just wanted to point out that there's a specific distinction here, that it has to be directed at, not about. Otherwise, anybody who's run up for criminal anything, doesn't matter what, if you were to say something about them, they could smack you with an injunction and they would shut you up. And then that would be a constitutional crisis. So the specificity of the language here matters in the statutes.
Yes. And the next upcoming paragraph actually describes and goes into exactly that.
Oh God, am I foreshadowing?
You just totally foreshadowed.
Oh, carry on. I like it when I'm right.
I know you do. That's why I try never to tell you that. Let's see. So ARS, blah, blah, blah. HeyRob's commentary on Owens' criminal case does not remotely qualify as harassment under the statute. Let's see. If you would pre-scroll up, that would be awesome.
Oh, hang on. I'm highlighting chat. I've got to do my duties here.
Yeah. All right. First, although HeyRob's YouTube videos are about Owens, they are not directed at her, to your earlier point. Even according to Owens' own allegations, HeyRob never contacted Owens, either directly or through a third person. HeyRob's declaration affirms that he has never communicated with her. HeyRob's declaration at paragraph 6, the law's requirement that the harassment be directed at the plaintiff means that statements made to others do not qualify, even if the plaintiff becomes aware of them. LaFaro v. Cahill, 203 Arizona,
etc. You can truncate a little bit.
Thank you.
You don't have to read all the legal citations verbatim. They're there, they're displayed. If people want to reference, they can.
They want to go and look at that, they can.
You don't need to frustrate yourself over them.
Thank you. It might cause me to drink more. Let's see. In LaFaro, the plaintiff, political activist, obtained an injunction against a Tempe City Council member who allegedly called the activist a bigot, fascist, homophobe, and Nazi, quote, unquote. In a conversation with another person the plaintiff happened to overhear.
This is another Arizona case.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on in Arizona? Oh my God.
A little wackadoodle down there. But
there's something in that water.
Well, that's what happens when you live in a place that's 85 degrees in the fucking winter.
It's just cooking their brain cells, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. All right. So even though the activist overheard the comment, scroll please, it was not directed at him and thus did not support an injunction. ID. So too, here, that Owens can, like anyone else with an internet connection, view HeyRob's video commentaries about her does not mean those commentaries are directed at her, and she cannot be harassed by them as a matter of law. Second, as was the case in LaFaro, that HeyRob allegedly offended Owens by mocking and criticizing her using purportedly vulgar and sexually charged language does not transform his commentary about her criminal prosecution into harassment. As the Court of Appeals observed, quote, in public debate over own citizens, our own citizens must tolerate insulting and even outrageous speech in order to provide adequate breathing space to the freedoms protected by the First Amendment.
I feel like I should highlight that. My highlighter's not working.
That would be a good one to highlight.
That would be a good one to highlight. Will that do it? Let's see. There it goes. Even insulting speech is protected by the First Amendment. Okay.
Oh my! How about that? Wow.
I made it work. I like it. It's pretty.
Congratulations! I'll give you a gold star.
I'll have a cookie later.
You will. Okay, so more legal thingies there. Insults and incentives, such as those Owens accusations accuses HeyRob of saying, are simply not harassment under the definition of the statute. To be sure, HeyRob's seeming endorsement of pretending to be Owens in a phone call to determine if she was attending a horse show as well as helping a sick relative was unwise, but this was not threatening. No one would have any reasonable expectation of privacy in their attendance at an event open to the public, so even an improper attempt to determine their attendance would provide no more information than could be gathered by anyone else at the event. Owens does not allege that she actually attended any horse show, that HeyRob or any of his ears actually impersonated her, or that he was followed or that she was followed or menaced by anyone. Third, HeyRob's speech serves as a legitimate purpose. Speech about a closely watched criminal prosecution in which Owens is charged with 14 felonies. The videos about which Owens complains are commentary about issues of public concern, which, quote, occupies the highest rung of the hierarchy of First Amendment values and is entitled to special protection, unquote, citing some stuff by Fox News. Okay. Because the video is related to matters of political, social, or other concern to the community, unquote. They serve that legitimate constitutionally protected purpose. F40, paragraph 11, citation omitted. The statements encouraging investigation into whether Owens was attending horse shows, for example, served another legitimate purpose. Discussion of whether a criminal defendant had misled the court in obtaining permission to travel out of state.
Would you like me to finish up so you can wet your whistle?
Yeah, I'm getting a little...
I can hear it. Go ahead. Finally, the injunction is unconstitutionally overbroad because it prohibits protected speech under the Arizona Constitution and the First Amendment. It would bar HeyRob from encouraging his viewers to impersonate Owens by portraying her in a satirical skit or dramatic recreation of her alleged crimes. You know, I've thought about hand puppets. Sort of Punch and Judy style. I've thought about hand puppets. I don't know how I could make that work. We'd have to put up a stage at your house or something. I don't have room here. The cubbyhole's not big enough to do that. Definitely not. But I've thought, wouldn't that be great? A little, I don't, Owens versus Dingus? I don't know. We have to come up with names. Laura and Dingus. And they could be little puppets. I'm trademarking that. It's mine.
Do it.
I think that could be very entertaining. Let's see. Which is it's Owens portraying. I've already lost my. I need to like get a finger on where I stop reading.
That's why I use my mouse.
My mouse is so small in this giant text, I can't even see it. It's okay, better not think of. Okay, get that image. There's an image, and I can't share it. It would prohibit him from encouraging his viewers to have any contact with Owens. I don't think anyone wants to contact her. Even constitutionally protected contact, such as sending her non-threatening or even supportive letters or emails. Well, if anyone wants to send Laura Owens emails of support and encouragement,
shot across the bow there a little bit.
According to this, it would be constitutionally protected. But I'm not a lawyer. I wouldn't send her anything. Maybe I'm just that stingy. I suppose you could send her candy. I mean, her mother likes to, not really bribe officers with candy, right? Have the chocolate bars, or just wait.
Well,
should she get tried and convicted? Well, she'll be tried, unless something happens where she takes a plea deal. There will be a trial. That's just the process. Followed by potential conviction.
I try and bribe you with candy, but it only
it's difficult, isn't it?
Days.
She will want some pen pals if she does get convicted. And notice I did use the word if. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think she's got a good chance of being convicted. And if she does, if everything runs consecutively, that could be a good 60 years in prison. But that depends on the sentencing structure, and a lot of that comes down to the judge and so on and so forth. So, I mean, there's a whole process that has to happen first. But I think, and again, I say this not as someone who practices at all in law or lawfare, I think there's going to be jail time, a.k.a. prison time, either way. I don't see how it's inescapable.
Well, she'll have at least one pen pal.
But we don't have a plea deal. Yeah, well, if not her mother, David Gingrich.
Well, David the dipshit here is, certainly still got some level of obsession here, so maybe they'll write dirty letters to each other.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I think David needs to move on with his life and leave this in the rearview mirror. But that's just my opinion, and that's my suggestion to him. But he's What? Now you're hiccuping on me again.
Well, you hiccuped on me, so there it is.
Oh, damn this internet thing! It's too many people watching Super Bowl crap, tying up the internets. That's what's going on. That's what I'm blaming it on. I'm blaming it on stupid football.
You may not be wrong. No, all I was saying was, what was I saying? I don't know. The internet also fuzzed out my brain, so there it is.
That's okay.
Whatever. Yeah.
But back to the previous. I don't endorse people contacting anybody we discuss, period. End of story. I've said it so many times throughout the history of this channel. I don't want to say it anymore. Maybe I need to add that to this disclaimer too. Just like IT Goatee Brad had a little phrase on Megan Fox's thing, and it was kind of cute. As the Arizona Court of Appeals has said, the test for whether an injunction such as this one that restricts speech is constitutional is whether challenged provisions of the injunction burden no more speech than necessary to serve a significant government interest. Injunction prohibiting politicians from any contact with political activists. I'll get it right now. I'm having the problem. It's contagious. Unconstitutionally prevented politician from engaging in in-person political debate. Cleaned up. I like it. The injunction fails that test. Conclusion. For the foregoing reasons, defendant HeyRob respectfully requests that this court enter an order quashing the injunction against harassment entered against him in this matter dated 6th of February. So that was us last Friday. Respectfully by the Ballard Spar, LLP. And I guess Matthew E. Kelly is his attorney, as is sort of loosely printed there. Defendant attorneys for HeyRob. So there's the motion to quash, folks. Look, and we haven't even done 3 hours. Isn't that astonishing?
How about that? and we survived. But this was way more interesting reading than that
Smut Fest.
God, that stuff from Friday was just like, between like having just finished an on-call shift and then like showing, or was it Wednesday or whatever? Yeah, because it wasn't. Friday was when you were playing games and I was super late. But
yeah,
didn't matter because I had just gotten done with a work day full of on-call bullshit, and then you tortured me with that, and then I was just ready to be. My brain just went like, and we can't process anymore.
Yes, and as Danny just said, sounds like you found a good one, Rob. I would say so. It was concise. It didn't go on for 500 pages going on about someone's problems with the Arizona bar, like certain other documents have. And then going so far as to naming a bazillion YouTubers that, oh, they're attacking Laura. No, they're not. They're using their First Amendment protected activities.
Yeah. And
Which
citing
this is.
actual Arizona case law, too, amidst it of like, here's an example.
Here's an example. These people. Lawyer on Reddit says it's a top law firm. Yes, I've heard that over the weekend as well, and other people's content. I think even it was said on Nick Starrow's live stream with a couple other attorneys. Well, at least one. I meant to go back and watch that guy's stream because I think I found someone else is talking about this. But there's lots of people talking. There are lots of people talking about Laura Owens, and hopefully some of those people include her lackluster legal representation, David Gingrich. Dingus and Douche Canoe. See, it needs to be like Beavis and Butthead, but I'm gonna have to workshop some things in my head.
Yeah, we'll have to have a.
We need a brainstorming session, and then I need someone who can make little puppets. We could have we can have a show.
It's Douche Canoe and Pregnancy Faker
in puppet form. That would be great. I don't know how we do the voices. Can you imitate David Gingrich? Never mind. Maybe we don't need to know this.
I have done my best to avoid hearing that person talk.
I think if you smoked a few more times, you'd probably get the same sort of raspiness in your voice.
Maybe, and that's just not going to happen.
That's to your credit.
No. My self-esteem may be in a certain spot, but I've still got enough to not do that to myself.
Jen says, and there were paragraphs so much easier to manage than LO's babble. Yeah. I'm sure she found a form on the e-file system and just started plugging stuff into boxes. Probably. The MLS video on the IH is top tier. I'll take your word for it, Bruce. Glad Rob has a good attorney. Yes, we all are. And again, kudos to those who have contributed to the Give, Send, Go that Rob had. Mm-hmm. I was going to put it up on this one, but I forgot. I ran out of time, and then I went, oh, too late. I think it's covered. He's done well. And certainly we wish him the best in combating this nonsense. Absolutely. Just as we did with Dave Neal and everybody else, even PS Creative. I mean, who has she not gone after?
No. You.
Shh. Don't give her any ideas. Don't give
she
her
hasn't
ideas.
Gone after me either. So, and
I would like to keep my retainer intact. Thank you very much. I don't want it to get gobbled up by her nonsense.
Well, yes.
And it wouldn't be, it's not like she has David Gingrich here. Although, knowing him, he'd try and find a way.
Yeah, he tried to figure out a way to practice
in
this state.
Just like he made threats about other places. Well, I'll find someone in such and such to pro hoc vice, and then I'll come and get you. Mm-hmm. I can't remember if that was with Dave or somebody in Florida. It might have been with somebody in Florida. I don't know. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Given his track record, I think it would be an extraordinarily difficult thing, especially since he's facing bar investigations, to have such a friend in these parts, especially with the anti-slap laws that would absolutely come into place in this jurisdiction.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, he's still got
it would be a bloodbath for them.
LO doesn't have two nickels to rub together, apparently.
No, I don't even think we have two bras to rub together that are clean.
Except for the hidden GoFundMe that is mysteriously left out of the bankruptcy court. But like, okay, that's fine. But I'm be willing to bet that Gingrich might have a couple, 2, 3 coins to rub around, and I wouldn't mind taking the rest of those from him if he wants to come after me. Bring it, motherfucker. Let's see how well this goes.
Fight the power of corporate attorneys. That could be a whole halftime show of its own. So Wallace is saying, didn't a screenshot of one of the streams end up in a filing? Yes, it did. It did, as a matter of fact. In one of the Maricini filings, I think it was the second, if I'm not mistaken. It could have been the first. It was actually Lauren that brought it to my attention when Dingus the Douche Canoe.
Fucking Douche Canoe.
Oh, well, that works too, two at the same time. That was unintentional, but it worked. I didn't know I could do that. What else can I do here?
This will get awkward. What?
Oh, this could be fun. I think I've discovered something here. I can layer buttons. Yes, and Ducky was part of it. Lauren was part of it, and it was pretty nasty in Lauren's direction. Ducky decided to file a complaint, and then what did David Gingrich go and do? He doxed her. There wasn't a whole lot for me to see a reason to file to the bar against him. I mean, he's going to be an ass, and that's what he wants because he wants the information to do things to you.
Well,
in my
that's
opinion,
his only move. Like he can't, he wasn't going to win on a legal standing because clearly he's not done so great. It's like the only thing he has
not
to do.
Not based in fact or law. It doesn't get much worse.
So, and then to HeyRob's, comment, or attorney comments in that document, that's a little bit more about that doing something to somebody rather than, going and doxing someone. That seems like it kind of qualifies under that, the language there, or at least the way that this layman is reading, non-lawyer type person is reading it. But yeah, again, I know, yes, don't attract the attention, heads down, etc. Yeah, I understand. I personally don't need more crazy in my life.
No, I've got plenty.
But,
I've got plenty. And I'd like to keep my retainers should I need to deal with detractors. So I'd rather not waste it on Laura. I'd prefer not to.
As of right now, anyway, I've got, through my illustrious employer, I do have some kind of legal coverage. But, and, hopefully they're not, bottom barrel bargain attorneys. But
I can't imagine. With that kind of money going through there, I can't imagine.
I doubt it.
I would think they're top shelf, especially given what you do.
Yeah, I would imagine. I mean,
I would imagine that there would be little better money could buy.
I mean, if I could only send the corporate lawyers after them, absolutely. But the plans and everything that we have that unlock these benefits. It's not just like one random law firm that runs out of the basement of a bakery somewhere. This is definitely like a complete network.
Or out of the spare bedroom of a townhouse?
Yes. Yeah, something like that.
I don't know who does that, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, maybe. But there are multiple choices in multiple states. Just FAFO.
As the kids say.
As the kids say. So, but yes, I am not inviting that to the table.
No, I'm discouraging it highly because I'm very confident I will win. The sad thing is that I would get nothing for the hassle. And that's the problem I have. And that's why they need to be labeled vexatious litigants. Because it is vexatious. They are filings brought in bad faith for a malicious purpose. And that malicious purpose is to keep people from talking about her very public criminal cases that are pending.
And it's not about her. I give zero fucks about her. It doesn't matter. Because I know that like you said, that you're not going to get anything, neither would I, obviously. It's if David the dipshit decided to come after me for whatever, in this nonsense, then it's like, okay, well,
it's more to laugh and point at.
Oh, 1,000%. I'd much rather just be, the slightly buzzed sidekick on the channel, just being like, "Oh my God, he's so stupid." But hey, if that's
Sure.
got to do what we got to do if they want to come at us.
Yeah, well, I mean, like the saying goes, anybody could sue anybody for anything. It's like, well, yes and no.
Yep.
This is why we have laws. Hashtag America. This is why anti-slap laws exist now. Well, I mean, some have been around for a while, but for this very thing, to prevent malicious prosecution for public protected activities.
Yeah,
that's the whole point of anti-slap stuff, at least as I understand it. And again, I don't practice law, so maybe I'm getting something wrong, but I think I mostly understand it. The need to shore up free speech stuff and First Amendment protections seems excessive, but evidently it's necessary in this day and age because people are stupid.
Yes.
So we have to double and triple augment the law to say the same thing. It's just ridiculous. Oh, let's see what else. Anything else in chat? Let's see. Is this something you keep secret, or can I ask what you guys do besides this and cheap adventures? I'm not sharing. I work 2 jobs, and that's all I'm sharing. I'm a slave to work.
Well, and I am sort of too. But I have said previously that I work in a field of information security, like cyber security. So yes, I come from the team of assholes that's like, change your passwords. Actually, but not really. I'm more like, get multi-factor authentication on and don't be fucking stupid. But yes, that's my industry is information security, which also goes into like privacy as well. Hence why I mentioned Tor browser earlier. Of if you want to go and look at things like David's blog, use Tor. Just don't
raw dog the internet.
Don't, yeah. You have to, you browse safely, all right? Like that. Just,
there you go.
Just like another activities in life. Just be safe.
Act like adult and use internet protection.
Correct. So yes, that's, and then as a side hobby, yes, I go and find very pretty things out in nature and get off the grid.
It's worse, Wallace. It's the pinata factory, and I've got a side hustle of kazoos. It's worse.
Yes, it is horrible. Like I get confetti all over the goddamn Jeep when he asks me to take something.
Those damn unicorns shooting their confetti.
Hate it. Yeah. I'm going to start making them rent U-Haul cargo trailers to tow behind the Jeeps so that I don't have it all over my pretty interior.
Yeah. Well, there you have it for this evening, folks. There's nothing further, so we'll turn you back to your regularly scheduled YouTubing or
regularly.
I could use that for some background music. I need to get that. Oh, let's see. Oh, that's a good question. Glorybird says, is this a case against Rob considered an slap case? I don't know. Because it's an injunction, I think it could be. I mean, we're talking about certain things and it has to pertain to that. I'm not quite sure how Arizona law structures it. I think in my case, at least, it would be considered that. Because reporting on things like this, and that's what we're doing here. Yes, there's commentating, there's opining, there's all those other things. But we are ultimately reporting on the case. That's why I present documents. That's why we read from the documents. This isn't just sitting around slackjawing for a couple hours about it. This is giving factual information as well.
We only slackjaw for about an hour, hour and a half out of the 2-hour thing. It's fine.
And I would say 75% of that was actually reading documents. Because the court system, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all flavors, sorted sizes and types, court records are public. Courts are public. You, as a member of the public, you can get access to those things through various things, via the courts directly, or in certain circumstances by FOIA requests for various agencies working in the civil sphere. I'm really grasping for words for some reason tonight. It's terrible. That's because Monday's tomorrow, and I don't want to go to. I don't want Monday.
Thank you for reminding all of us of that.
I know. Well, someone has to be Debbie Downer
Asshole.
at some point in time. Too bad. Go get some chocolate cake and get over it, I guess.
Well, maybe I will.
That's on my to-do. Actually, I think I have some ice cream I need to finish up tonight. It's probably getting a little crunchy in my freezer.
Have to see what's in the cabinets and indulge.
Although I might curse you with part of an apple pie. I've got to get rid of some apple pie, too.
You're holding out on me?
It's been sitting in there since, like, Thanksgiving.
I have visited the cubbyhole since Thanksgiving, and you
I know.
didn't tell me that was in there.
Well, we weren't thinking about dessert.
That is abusive.
Well, maybe I'll bring some to you at some point.
Well, all right.
I've got a thought out, though. Hopefully it's not freezer burnt. We'll see.
Yeah.
But I'm almost out of the a la mode part, and that's what I'm using up. Because, ice cream just gets crunchy and...
It doesn't. It does not last.
It doesn't last forever, no.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Final words from you, sir, because, well, I'm done. That's it. That's enough for
today. You're going to
today.
kick me off the stage here soon.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody, for attending.
Hit the like, subscribe.
Listening. Do the like, subscribe thing. Thank you again to those that have wandered over to the Off-Road Entropy channel. I do appreciate the subs that have come from here. I've got some videos that I need to slice and dice and get put up there, and maybe there'll be other videos that I will put up on screen myself and properly roast with some proper Jeep Daddy rants about people doing dumb shit while off-roading and fucking everything up for the rest of us that want to go out and enjoy the land. But not that I'm foreshadowing anything with that. But, Jeep Daddy rants can be found on other places. But yes.
You've been forewarned.
Yes. But anyway, yes. Like, subscribe, do the things. Let's get echoes.
Hit the notification bell. Now I'm at that threshold. I'm at that threshold where YouTube doesn't want to give it to me, and I get close, and then some numbers disappear, and I get close, and some numbers disappear. It just seems to be a YouTube thing that every milestone you get,
you got to do it.
It's just crazy. It's just ridiculous. 50% of people, I'm just reading chat, are fake and gay for not liking the video. Well, maybe fake. I don't know about the latter part, because, there are a couple snarky gay bitches speaking to you this very moment. So keep that in mind. Oh, there's a shizzy raid. No way. What? And we're leaving. We're done.
Uh-oh.
People are raiding. Well, I can't do this anymore. I've had enough. And it's been a full weekend, and I need a vacation from my weekend. Yikes.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to probably...
I think I might have to take next weekend off, because this is for the birds.
I got to go do dishes.
Oh,
the rest of my night's
that was supposed to be
fun.
today, but I'm doing this instead. It was supposed to be clean house this afternoon. Nope. Did this instead when I saw some documents like, need to talk about it. But that's all right.
Maybe at a future one, Wallace, Eccles will find something that he can torture me with from the Mormon verse.
Oh dear.
There's always ample material.
There is. I've kind of lost touch with some of that lately because there's just not enough time. Even with all the walking I do to work here and there, it's just, there aren't enough hours to squeeze it up. There's so much stuff you can drown your day in just listening as you're doing your job. And I don't get through even half of it. I was listening to a bunch of stuff. I was listening to Team Skeptic on the way to and from work today and some other stuff. And I just can't get through it all. So it's starting to back up.
Team Skeptic. That's not genetically modified skeptic, is it?
No, Team Skeptic.
Something different.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. No, he's funny too. He does lots of sovereign citizen idiots.
Oh,
and he comes up with choice phrases. Like crayon munching sovtard. He's got great choice phrases.
Oh, that's brilliant.
He's brilliant. And people have gone after him too. So, it's like, this is the space. Just, it's not if you'll get targeted, but when. So you just be prepared. And I think I can't get any more prepared than I am. But I just don't want it to happen because it's just money.
Yeah.
But money is like manure. You got to spread it around a little.
A little bit. And that's just the day and age of being on the internet, I guess, and running our mouths.
Everyone needs an attorney on standby. It's just wild.
It's one of the 4 or 5 things you need in life: a good attorney, a good doctor, a good mechanic.
Accountant?
Well, you need it, man. Yeah, probably.
Maybe.
But you also need a good technologist nowadays,
And a good
'cause, like,
stiff one at the
again,
end of the day.
we're staring at our fucking phones all day, so like you definitely need somebody to like help you through some of the tech things, because we're not all in, eyeballs deep into the profession like certain people are, because we're fucking nuts. But it's okay.
Happens. Death, taxes, and lawyers. Yeah. Some things
A
are
lawyer against LO. Yeah, really.
for sure. All right,
Anyway.
that's enough for this evening, folks. I do think there may be some other things happening in the Laura Owens verse this coming week. I haven't checked the dates lately, so I'm a little behind what's actually going on. There could be another bankruptcy hearing tomorrow or this week or some other things. I would direct you in the usual places, but I don't have them ready to go. But you can keep track on the JFC Reddit. They often have date postings happening there. The Reddit, I only look at Reddit. I don't engage a whole lot because you just never know. But a lot of stuff gets posted there, as is the JFC Twitter X account. My brain's going. It's time to get off this thing.
All right.
So the usual places, the usual platforms. But until next time, folks, hang in there. We'll be on it when there's more to cover in all its great hilarity. So until then, bye.